Welcome to Tasha's Kitchen. My name is Natasha Jacobs, and I'm going to be taking you on a journey into my kitchen. Are you a foodie? Do you like to eat? Do you like exquisite meals? Come along, let's explore my kitchen.
Satisfaction found in Tasha's Kitchen. Fun, fun, fun. Every time in Tasha's Kitchen, it's happy time in Tasha's Kitchen. We always find and dine in Tasha's Kitchen. Sweet Tasha's Kitchen.
Hello viewers, welcome back to another episode of Tasha's Kitchen. Today is going to be a special episode. Yes, because we are going out of Nigeria. We are going to a ching chong kind of country. Yes, today we are making Chinese food. Yes, we are going to be making egg fried rice with shredded beef sauce. Oh, the name alone is torturing my body. Today, it's exciting me because we are going to do something new. Yes, we've done Togolese food, and now we are going to go down to Chinese. And we are going to go to more countries. So these are the ingredients we're going to be using for our egg fried rice and shredded beef sauce. But first and foremost, we want to make our sauce first. After our sauce, then we'll dive into our egg fried rice. Yes, let's go there. So now we're going to go through our beef first. This is our shredded beef. Now, how I did the shredded beef was I cut my beef when I have not made it yet. I've not boiled it. I just cut it, and then I put it, wash, the normal routine wash, put it in a pot, put a little bit garlic, onions, ginger, just the way you like your taste, curry, thyme, whichever flavor you want. Add it with a little bit of water and steam it till your meat is tender. You take a bite from it and it is soft enough for your liking. Perfect. Then I brought it out. My stock water here, I have my stock water because this is the stock from the beef. So I'm going to use it for the sauce. Back, I have my shredded carrots. Now this carrot, I cut it in straight lines because I want it in strips. That's how I want it for the sauce. I have my seasoning cube and another seasoning cube. This seasoning cube I got from the market is meant for sauces. If you're making, tell them you want to make Chinese sauce, and then they'll give you that seasoning cube. Here I have my groundnut oil, just the normal. You can use your olive oil, you can use your almond oil, whatever oil that suits you best. This I'm using groundnut oil. Here we have our soy sauce. Soy sauce you can get in stores, supermarkets. Just tell them you want soy sauce, or you can walk through the rack and you find a soy sauce that is best suited for you. There are different brands. You can pick any brand you like. Here I have a teaspoon of sugar. Yes, you'll be like, sugar. That's what I'm telling you. We are living in Nigeria. We are nowhere in Nigeria. Nigerians, sugar is, so they'll tell me that this is sugar for our sauce, and it's going to be served. Trust me, it's not a lot. It's just a pinch of the sugar, and it's good. Trust me, it's good for this meal. Then we have our pepper. Then normally you're not supposed to add more pepper because I'm making my Nigerian girl. I like pepper. I like spicy meals. So I'm going to be adding black pepper. You can use any pepper of your choice, but I'm using Cameroon pepper. Yes, you know, the black one. That's the one I'm using for this. This is my roux. It's called roux in culinary school. But how you make this is I made mine with water and cornstarch. This is a thickener. It's like your archie, your four. What it does is it thickens your sauce. It makes it have that thick texture. We are going to get there. When I start using it, I'm going to show you how it thickens your sauce. And here we have our normal salt. You can use whatever brand of salt you like. And here we have our veggies. Yes, if you notice, I have the cubes and the shredded ones. The shredded ones I'm going to be using for our sauce, and the cubes I'm going to be using for our egg fried rice. But first, remember, we are doing our shredded beef sauce first. So we are going to be using just the shredded pepper and the veggies. Now let's dive into cooking. First things first, we'll add our oil. We'll add our oil. Remember, this is measured. This is the amount of oil I'm using. This should be half a cup of oil. Into this, I'm going to let this heat up a bit. You can take that part out. Okay, we need to put our garlic. Now let's get the spoon for it. And then put in our garlic first. Stir for a while. When you see your garlic is becoming golden brown, then you add your onions. And at this process, you should perceive the aroma of the garlic. And for those of you that do not like garlic, it's actually good for your health, but if it's not compulsory you use garlic. I personally love using garlic. In goes my onions next. Fry it a bit. And then my shredded in, followed by my pepper. And my also pepper. I like the colors it gives me, so I use it all. This looks beautiful. You have the red, the onions, the yellow, and the green. It's just looks really nice. As this is frying, we are going to add our carrots. Remember, we have our carrot here. And in goes our carrot. We mix properly because we want everything to fry, but we do not want it to get soggy soft. So it fries a bit, gets the outside a bit soft and the inside crunchy, so you could still feel the crunchiness when you bite on it. I love the color of this. You have all the colors. It's looking very beautiful. As this is in here, next we have our beef, which we just, oh, this smells really nice. This is lovely. We're going to put this down and then stir to get our meat mixed in. I wish you could perceive the aroma in this kitchen. And remember, this sauce you can eat with the normal white rice. You can eat the sauce with your pasta, whichever one it is, macaroni, spaghetti. Now we want the meat to get the flavor of the veggies. This looks beautiful. We set it aside. While it's simmering, we are going to pick on our spices. Now remember, we have our soy sauce and everything here. You can use any seasoning cube of your choice. And then I break it in. Remember, I've seasoned my meat already, so you don't need to add much seasoning to it. That's why I'm using just 1 cube of seasoning in this one. Then while this is simmering, we're going to take our salt and a sprinkle, a little. And we set this back. And then go for our pepper. For our pepper, I cannot use my hand for that. I'll be using a spoon. Okay, now we are going to be using our pepper. Remember, this is optional. You can decide not to add any pepper because you have the green, the yellow, and the red pepper. But this I'm adding because I like that spiciness. When yes, you're wondering, now I'm putting more pepper. Yes, remember we have our stock, and our stock is a lot. So let's stir this and get everything mixed in. Oh, this is beautiful. The colors, you can see the black spots from the pepper. I'm mixing. Imagine eating this. You don't need, with this, you can actually use this as an option for stew. You know, every time you make stew, tomato stew, every time. With this, you can substitute stew. You don't have to make stew every time. It has veggies and it's good. It's actually good for your health. Stew has less veggies and this has more veggies. So the next thing that goes into this now is our stock water. Our stock water is going to go in and we'll put it bit by bit. You stir and check. You can use a bigger saucepan because then if you want to make for a large quantity, or you want to make for a party, or you have your friends coming around, a small get together for a party, you can use this. You can use a bigger pot or this. Remember, the amount of water you're putting is going to determine the amount of cornstarch you're using, because that is what is going to thicken your water. So we're just going to go on and put everything in and set this aside. While this is here, we'll add the remaining seasoning we have here, which is your Chinese seasoning. This you can put little. You can put little bit by bit. That's enough. I smiled because a thought came to my head. So when I was buying this seasoning, someone was like, "Are you going to use this seasoning?" I'm like, "Yes." I was like, "I'm scared of that seasoning." I'm like, "Why? Why are you scared of the seasoning?" He said, "It's a long story." So that was what came to my mind, and I smiled about it. So now we have almost everything here. It's going to simmer, but before it simmers, we are going to add sugar. But we are not going to add much of the sugar. We're just going to take 1 spoon of the sugar and we're going to add to it. Yes, it will cook very well. By the time this is ready, trust me, you will not even believe there's sugar in it. It cooks and gets mixed with everything. Now we are going to let this boil for a bit. And while it boils for a bit, we'll come back and add our roux and our soy sauce. And it's ready. Just simple. Don't go anywhere. Tasha's Kitchen will be right back. So it's been a few minutes and now we are going to check. This looks really nice. It looks beautiful. And the aroma here is perfect. So now we are going to add our roux, which is the mixture of your cornstarch and water. Remember, this is your thickener, so you want to be careful with it. If you put too much, you're going to have echo, thick, very thick, very thick, very thick, and we don't want that. So we're just going to put it little by little. I'm stirring because it's hard. It's like, you know when you're making your custard, that's how it feels. It's hard on the bottom, so I have to mix it properly to get it released. And then I add gradually. This, oh, I wish you could see it. I'm going to leave this and turn. See, it's thickening already. You might need to add a little bit more water. Now we add a bit more water. Remember, I want this to be very watery, but not so watery you can eat with it. You're like, but this is not the color I know beef stock to be. Yes, that color, you get it from when you add your soy sauce. It darkens it. We're going to add a little more water. You'll be wondering, how do I know the amount of water to add? It depends on the amount of cornstarch you have. The thicker it is getting, because you don't want it to be that thick. At the end of the show, you find out how the texture should be. And with that, you know, okay, it's not this texture. Let me add a little bit of water. We don't want it, this is fine. We don't want it too thick. We don't want it too watery. And remember, if you're to keep it in the fridge, it gelatinizes, like it becomes like gelatin. So this is fine. We're going to let this cook because you want the cornstarch taste to cook very well. And the last thing we're going to be putting is our soy sauce. Don't go anywhere. Tasha's Kitchen will be right back. Now we are going to add our soy sauce. Make sure you stir continuously so it doesn't get sticky. But if you're using a non-stick pan, it's fine. Now the color you're looking for, it's a brownish kind of color. So you keep adding a little and you stir. We don't want it to be too dark. So you mix. Now it's looking very, very nice. It's giving you that deep, nice brown color. And the taste and the aroma I'm getting here, the scent of the veggies, mixed together, the beef and everything just makes it so sumptuous. Now this is the color we want. You're not going to add any more soy sauce. We leave this to boil for about a minute or two, 60 seconds, and then we put it down. That's all. Welcome back to Tasha's Kitchen. Now we are into the egg fried rice segment. Yes, we have our oil on the fire already. We are going to mix our egg. So here I have 3 eggs. I'm going to mix it well. While mixing the egg, you can decide to add a little bit of pepper to give the egg itself taste. So I'm just going to sprinkle a bit of salt. After our salt, we put a little bit of pepper. Now we are giving the egg itself taste because our oil is almost ready. We mix properly. Remember, we're making our egg fried rice. Some people would rather make the egg and slice it, but I'm just going to make my own and scramble it in the frying pan. So straight in, I put my pepper into the oil. Let it simmer for a bit. Put my yellow. Yes, the rice is going to be colorful, I know. Here you can add some sweet corn if you have some. Whatever of your choice, you can add shrimps instead of egg, or egg and shrimps. You can make it assorted as much as you want. But these are the things I'm going to be using. So I fry them a bit in the oil. Now this is not for it to cook. We just want it to simmer a bit and have all the colors mixed together so it gives the rice this beautiful look. It'll be perfect if you have sweet corn. I suggest that. But I don't have sweet corn in this dish for now. So while it's simmering, we're going to go to our egg. At this point, some people would rather have just the egg in the frying pan. And some people will bring out the veggies. But I'm just going to move the veggies to one side and tilt the oil to one corner of the pan. This is like you multitasking. Now we have the oil on one side of the pan. We're going to put the egg inside. Now give the egg time to cook a bit because you're going to make scrambled. As it's cooking, then you can have the time to move it because it's all together. Right now, it's still watery, so give it time. Okay, now that our egg is fried to this extent, we mix. Now remember, our aim is to scramble it, make it thin enough to blend with the rice. And then we mix in the veggies. As you can see, our eggs and our veggies are becoming one. And that's the whole idea. Some people would fry it, then slice the egg. But this is the best way. It's not too big. You have a hold on the egg. You can mix it properly. And then the eggs and the veggies, when they mix, they just give you this smooth feel and mix together with the veggies. It's nice. Now imagine when I add my rice. Now it's best for you to have your rice parboiled already. So we're just going to add our rice. Remember, it's okay if you have your rice cooked or leftover rice you can use for this. It just gives it that new rice kind of feel. So I'm going to take my steamed rice and put it inside. This has a better grip. to make sure I get the veggie and the egg everywhere. Slowly but surely. And then if you have a bigger pot, this will be easier. You can do it with a bigger pot. All right, it's ready. Remember, you can also put your soy sauce. It's optional. And now we're not going to be putting our soy sauce because I love the colors like this. It's going to pop. We already have soy sauce in our shredded beef sauce. So this is fine like this. We're just going to go like this. I'm glad you all have seen how I made it, and I hope you guys learned something on this episode. And I hope you still watch Tasha's Kitchen, because I'm going to be bringing you new delicacies, new stuff every time on your TV. Now we're going to taste this and see how nice it is. I think we already know the results. I made it. Chef Tasha.
Tasha's Kitchen. Belle found in Tasha's Kitchen.